Hey guys, what's going on? I'm here at my shop with my 240. I'm going to start tearing it down to do the 5-speed swap. I just picked up the transmission and placed an order with Injuku for all the stuff I need besides the drive shaft. So I may pick that up sometime soon. Sorry if it's hard to hear me, it's pouring outside. Alright, so I actually ran out of propane. So I'm going to have to pick that up before I start working, but here is my 240 convertible. Sorry, we have a couple cars here. It's pretty much on stock right now. Has an exhaust. And I started cleaning up the interior a little bit. I pulled the top off. I have a new one, just keep forgetting to bring it up here. It's a little disorganized, but I'm going to start by jacking up the car and pulling the auto transmission. I don't have the flywheel or clutch yet. It should be here next week, and then hopefully I'll be able to get everything in. Alright, so here's the new transmission. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, still has some fluid left in there. Came with the bolts I need for the bell housing. Like I said, the transmission's good. I was running it beforehand, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'll probably just clean this up before I put it in the car, since I'm kind of on hold until I get my parts in. Alright, so I jacked the car up and I have the top 2 bolts off the transmission, so all I have to do now is get under the car, take the rest of the bolts off, take the drive shaft out, and hopefully just pull the transmission, get the torque converter off, get the flywheel off, and it should be good from there. Once I get all my new parts in, then I will start putting the new transmission in. Alright, sorry it's a little hard to film under here, but I got all of the bolts loose for the drive shaft, so I am just finishing taking them out. That way I can pull the drive shaft, I can get the carrier out, and then pull it out of the transmission. Fluid has finished draining, as you can see. So I've taken out the cross member, carrier right here, and I should be able to just pull the transmission out after that. I got the drive shaft out. I'm trying not to flip this upside down, so all I gotta do is pull, hopefully. That's all stuff. So pull it out, and there we go. No more drive shaft. So now I'm just gonna pull off the cross member, and that should be it. I think I need to get the automatic transmission cooling lines out as well, but I'll do that once it's off the car. Alright, so I got all my parts in. Open up my parts I got. What we have here are equal plate cylinder. Have the equal master cylinder. I got an ISR shift knob when I picked up the transmission. The guy had a few left over. He was selling them for cheap, so figured why not grab one. I have the dust cover. I just wanted to have it convenient. It was cheap. Easy pass. I got some ARP flywheel bolts. This is a rear main seal. I was planning on changing it, but the one that's in there is actually brand new, so I'm gonna save this for future. I got an OEM pilot bearing, even though the clutch came with one. The ISR auto manual. I got the ISR short shifter. You see here, I think it's V2, V3, I don't really remember. And then right here, I got Injuku's White Bunny kit. So it is a competition clutch. I did not get the 6-puck, and I did not get a lightweight flywheel because I wanted a steel flywheel because I didn't want chatter. It was not worth the extra money for a few pound difference, even though I know it is rotating. See the benefit in a couple $100 more. So we have the throw bearing, bolts, and OE flywheel. So I'm gonna get everything situated in here and hopefully throw it in the car soon. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start taking off the transmission mount. I have the new GK Tech polyurethane mount that I'm going to throw on there. It comes with all the hardware I need, so I just need to pop this off and it should be easy as that. Alright, so my light died. I lost a battery because our shop is currently a mess, but we're still doing it. Alright, so I think I have the mount assembled correctly. So it comes with brand new hardware. They actually all only fit in one spot really. So these black ones here, the black thicker Allen head bolts, go up to the transmission, and then there's these nice long ones that shoot up to the back, and then these thinner Allen key, the silver Allen key ones actually drop down. And it comes with all the nuts and washers that you need, so it should be pretty easy to install. And I am using the wrong washer. I'm glad they made this so easy to figure out because I had no idea how to install it, and it doesn't come with instructions, which is fine. Just takes a little bit of thinking, you know. Alright, so that's one on. Alright, I just got to grab a wrench, which should be over here. Everything is just falling apart on me. Not even close. Hey, that's the spot. Alright, so I just need to grab my 3/8 without dropping anything. Alright, got my 3/8. So it should be easy enough to pop this in. As you can see, I have the mount installed. It should be easy enough to finish putting the transmission in. Alright, so I feel like I may have this mount installed wrong. I don't honestly know. So I'm just going to leave it for right now and do a little bit of research when I go home. The car's not going anywhere, so I'm not too worried about it. It's just going to be sitting. So I'm under the car and just showing off the clutch I got. Show it's installed and everything. It's Injuku's White Bunny kit. It's not the 6-puck disc. I wanted a little bit better daily driving, so it's a competition clutch. An OE flywheel. Everything's installed. Everything's torqued down. Just slides in and out easily. So we are good to go. Got the new pilot bushing in there. So it should be pretty easy install from here on. Alright, update for everyone. I got the transmission in. As you can see, there's a small gap here. Transmission's in. I just have it balancing on the jack. I actually had to end up taking off the cross member to spin the transmission enough to get it to line up. It wasn't actually too bad. If you've never put a transmission in by yourself, it's like a balancing act. You have to keep it on the jack and make sure it doesn't roll or roll onto you. So it's just a lot of like trying not to lose a limb. easy enough. It only took probably half hour or so, not even. I have this one bolt in just to keep it steady, that way it's not rocking on the jack as much. I'm going to try and shimmy it in a little bit more just to try and make this gap a little bit smaller, try and maybe get it onto the pins, and then just bolt it down. I still have to put the plate in here. I do have it, it's just not there. Good news, everybody, I got the transmission in. There are a couple things I need to do. I need to fix the cross member. I thought originally that the automatic one would work if I flipped it. Realized when I actually looked at it that one side is raised a little bit higher, so I'm probably going to end up just welding something to it or trying to flip it around. We'll see what I end up doing. Where the inspection plate bolts in, I do not have nuts and bolts to hold that in, so I currently have the transmission just sitting on the automatic cross member to just hold it up so that I can put the shifter in, because once it's in, the clutch is there, the transmission is bolting up to the engine, so there's nothing I really have to worry about anymore. It's just small things, so I need to fix the cross member. I'll probably just end up buying a piece of steel to extend it out a little bit. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I need to bolt up the drive shaft. I'm actually probably going to do that today, even though I don't have the cross member installed, because I want to make sure that it fits and then it's just done. It's not that big of a deal to lower and raise the transmission a little bit. And then I'm going to throw my short shifter in right now. So I'm going to move on to putting in the short shifter. The car is kind of a mess right now. I'm going to clean it up after I get everything done, but I'm going to put in the short shifter. As you can see, I have a little layer of RTV on there. I'm just going to pop this in. I'm going to try and slide it past the spring. There we go. We're good. And then lining it up, down. There, come on. Alright, we are in. There we go. Easy enough. So just. Alright, so I just pressed it down. I have the hardware right here, so I'm going to start putting everything back in. Alright, that's one. I'm not going to be able to get everything up top here, just because there's not a ton of room to get the front two bolts. I might be able to get them in, but I'll most likely have to lower the trans a little bit and try to hold the spring in place and get this down. I got the transmission bolted so that this is low enough for me to get in here and put these last two bolts in for the short shifter. They do it mostly by hand and then grab a wrench. Oh, this is so cold. It's like 20 degrees here today, so this is not a fun task. And I just ran out of propane, so there's no heat. I'm gonna get the drive shaft in now. Should slide in pretty easily. There we go. The drive shaft in. Now I just gotta bolt it up over here and we should be good to go. I'm just gonna put all of the bolts in with the lock washers if I can find them. Bolt the drive shaft up to the diff. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera at the same time. I'm gonna stick the bolts in for the drive shaft. One. Another one. Spin it around. I just didn't want to go in all the way for some reason. Another one. And the last. bolt them up with the lock washers, and we'll be done. We got the drive shaft in. What's going on, guys? I realized that I never actually made an outro to this video, and I just wanted to let you know I'm going to keep recording the progression of my 240, and I may actually start putting up some videos of my Datsun 280Z that I've been building for a while now. So like, comment, subscribe if you want to keep track of the builds, and let me know what you think, and yeah, bye!